Hi, y'all. Easy Slider here. Long distance relationship anxiety and what causes it. So, as we're starting this subject, let me just remind you, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just sharing life experiences with you. I won't even try to be clinical with my thoughts because I can't. But I will just give it from an average person's point of view. And with that said, hey, let's get started. Like almost everything in life we do, we run into problems, right? Of course we do. Long distance relationship is no different. Actually, it can cause more anxiety than a lot of other things I can think about. What you want to do is identify the critical points where we can learn to avoid them. And in an LDR, there's so many critical points that can cause anxiety. And I'm sure we're going to miss some as we're talking about it. Oh man, that causes me anxiety. If you follow me through the whole video, you'll be able to identify some problems that arise and you can avoid them. And I believe you'd agree with me that avoiding anxiety is a lot better than going through all the stress of it. As there's so many things in life, though, if we prepare ourselves when a problem comes along, we can handle it better, and it's not as bad as it might be, all right? I want to invite you to join me on this journey because just like and subscribe, and we can help each other along the way. Maybe you've never subscribed to a channel before. I'd be honored if you'd, make this channel your first choice. If you're a veteran and you're used to that, then come on, join us and give us your 2 cents. It's free, it's informative, and it's fun. So why not? There's no order to the problems, so we're just going to jump in. Pulled away from your friends. A lot of people never consider this point, so when it happens, they're a little bit caught off guard. I think the best way probably to do this is just by telling you an example. Let's say your partner is needing to talk to you about something important, so she tells you, I need to talk to you tomorrow afternoon. It's pretty important. After you finish talking to her, then you realize that tomorrow afternoon a bunch of you guys are going to play golf. Oh, man. But it's important to her. You need to talk to her. So you tell the guys you can't go because you have some important business you need to take care of. They might understand, but if it happens regular, you're spending time with her like that, they don't understand that. Okay? It can cause you a lot of anxiety, just not being able to go with them. To avoid the stress, you're going to have to totally commit to the relationship and to her. If everyone understands that she's first, then they won't quite expect as much from you. If you feel you can't do that, then, it's possible that an LDR might not be right for you, all right? You might be worried about being cheated on. Whew. Certainly that's a big issue for several reasons. If you've never met with your LDR in person, then do you really know her? You think you do, but do you? Nothing beats time together or being face-to-face together. Because during that time is when you're going to create your lasting bonds, and you're also showing her that everything is real. When you hadn't met her and there are thousands of miles between you, things can happen. If the relationship is new, she's probably still wondering, is it real? If the relationship is older, she might be thinking, why hasn't he come to meet me? Doubt is something that can cause people to do things they might not normally do. Remember that. This is such a wide open field with so many different reasons. In a moment of weakness or when she has doubt, something could arise and she might give in. Nothing works 100% of the time. But a few actions you can take will help, though, for sure. For me, one of the most important things is talking every day. Think about it. If you're with her, you'll be talking to her every day. So what's different? Because she's far away, that's where you're going to be building a strong bond, and that's a healthy way to keep her close. Another thing is to be absolutely sure about her And when you are, go meet her in person. Hey, remember, it's required. Remembering little things like her birthday and Valentine's Day, that also helps. You might say, hey, Slider, I don't remember those things. You better, or someone will. Now, admittedly, some women are going to do it anyway. I guess this is just where you do your very best to try to find the right girl and have her commit to you like you're committing to her. You have to remember, she don't come with a warranty. But by putting her high on your list in life, making her your priority, that gives you a better chance. You might feel a desire to cheat on her. You know, for the same reasons we just discussed about her, having those feelings, they also apply to you. Remember in the past we've talked about your friend Murphy? Yeah, you know Murphy's Law. You can be assured, as soon as you feel everything is going well, some beautiful girl is going to walk right into your life and notice you. Probably your first thoughts are going to be, where were you when I was getting ready to start this LDR? Well, I guess it don't really matter, does it? The simple fact is you need to know what you want. You need to stick to your game plan. You might really be in love with your LDR, but think, hey, she's not here. So, one time won't matter. She'll never know. Really? Now you're playing with fire. Because if she finds out, she'll be hurt, and you might lose the best thing you ever had. If you want to avoid the problem, guess what? No anxiety. Just leave it alone and don't get involved in it. And keep your focus on her. You might get bored. At first everything's exciting and so much fun, and every day you chat and you really enjoy it. But wait, what if you've been talking a year and sometimes you feel you just don't have anything to say? Well, let me ask you, what would you do if she was living with you at your house and you got bored? Being creative in things that you do can solve your problem. Yeah, I know you can't take her to dinner and you can't spend intimate time with her, but you can be creative in other ways. A good video chat might solve the problem. I won't say any more about that. But in a way, it's great because you're going to have to learn to think out the box and come up with new ideas. And you won't even notice it, but you'll be growing mentally. And you'll be growing in ways you never even thought about. Another good thing that can be happening is when you find ways not to be bored, you're also learning to solve problems in a relationship instead of running away from them. Be honest with her. Tell her, hey, can you help me spice this relationship up? Because I really want to be super close and I want us to have a happy relationship. You might be surprised with both of you working on it. What might happen? You or her might become possessive. It's possible because you're far apart, and if you see she's not responding to you as much as you would like, it can cause you to become more possessive. You don't want to lose her. So inside, you panic and start trying to control her. I wonder, you really think it's a good idea? You might get away with it for a little while, but chances are in the long run, you're not going to get away with it. So here comes the anxiety, unless you find a way to stop it. I think this might be a good time to have a long and loving talk with her and tell her the distance is bothering you. Let her know. Tell her that you'd love to hold her hand and kiss her and walk with her and everyone see how happy you are. Good thoughts instead of bad thoughts. And that might be a whole lot better. Remember the old adage, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. No, I'm not calling your girlfriend a fly, okay? Don't even go there, all right? But I can promise you during your LDR, this is going to come up sooner or later. The difference is, the distance is going to get to you. It always does. So keep things positive. That's important. When you talk, focus on the happy things and why you and her are a good match and what a good life you can have together. It helps you as much as it helps her. And you'll be thinking, of ways to avoid the anxiety. Positive. Sometimes you feel lonely. Hey, that's just a fact, okay? You can't avoid it. It's Saturday. And you're thinking, if she were here, we could go out in the boat or go to the mountains and hike along the beautiful trails. Careful. You're planning to ruin your day thinking like that. Let's change the thinking to win, not to fail, all right? How can we do that? Easy. Instead of thinking about things that you can do where she would have to be with you, think about things you could do even though she's thousands of miles away. Yeah, I know. Right now you're thinking, Slider, you've fallen off the wagon. He started drinking again. I found a way that works for me, and I'm going to share it with you. I personally really love the open markets. So I would get her to turn on the video, and we would go. First we'd walk and we'd catch a ride in a jeepney or a trike, and we could be talking and she could be showing me everything that's all around. When we got to the market, we'd walk around the market looking at everything and talking, and she might even talk to a vendor or buy something, and I could be part of that. She could tell the vendor, hey, it's my boyfriend and we're doing this together. Even though I wasn't there in person, I was there watching on the video, talking to her, just as if I was at her side. It wouldn't have to end there either. Another time you might go to the mall on a nature hike. Tell her, hey, get your friends together and let's all go check out the waterfalls or the beaches, or even take a boat trip to the islands and get there where that crystal clear water is. Whew. You get to see a lot of things by doing that, and you can learn a lot about the area that she's in. And it's really enjoying, and it passes time in a good way. You get to talk while you're doing everything. Sometimes she can even introduce you to someone she met, and you get to know her friends. Yeah, it's out of the box, but it worked. I think by now you're probably catching on that it's a choice. You can do nothing creative and be unhappy and make her unhappy till she finally leaves you. Or you can take the bull by the horns and create an LDR that's going to be lasting and a lot of fun. When you make the decision to do something different and put into your mind that you're willing to work to make a relationship, everyone's going to envy what's happened, and you're going to be a winner. Anxiety is a choice. Do nothing, and you're going to get it. Approach this LDR with enthusiasm and a will to make it work, and the anxiety is just going to melt away. Now, if you've been in an LDR before, or if you're in one right now, drop down to the comment box and tell us what was the hardest thing you had to face, and what did you do to avoid your anxiety? I think all of us would like to know. Gives us another perspective from someone else, and that's always helpful. Okay, boys and girls and others, the next topic is still following along the same lines. Long distance relationship burnout. So let's slide on over and throw some ice water on it so it don't burn us out.